They told you time was the thread weaving your story, that each second was a bead sliding across the string of your life. But what if the thread was never there? What if time isn't a line at all, but a shimmer, a vibration flickering in and out of your perception, collapsing into meaning only when you look at it? You've been walking through what you call your days, measuring them in clocks and calendars. Yet somewhere beneath the ticking, beneath the heartbeat, there's a field that does not move, a stillness so vast it holds every possibility at once. You've mistaken motion for change. But the truth is, nothing is moving, only shifting frequencies of awareness. The past and future aren't behind or ahead of you. They are orbiting in the same eternal now, waiting for your consciousness to tune them into focus. Imagine standing at the center of an infinite prism. Around you, countless reflections shimmer, versions of you laughing, grieving, transcending, creating, dissolving. Each reflection is real, not memory or imagination, but a distinct frequency encoded in the quantum field. You are not walking through time. You are rotating through resonance. Each thought, each emotion, a subtle turn of the prism selecting which facet you experience. And yet you've been taught to call that rotation time. You've believed the illusion so deeply that you began to build your identity around it, an identity that ages, waits, hopes, and fears what has never existed. But look closer. The mirrors were never showing you progression. They were showing you present. The only reason one reflection feels like yesterday and another feels like tomorrow is because your attention has been programmed to sweep across them in a sequence instead of realizing they are all simultaneous. Quantum mechanics whispers this secret, but consciousness lives it. Particles don't move through a timeline, they flicker in probabilities, waiting for the gaze of awareness to anchor them into one version of reality. The universe does not flow through seconds, it pulses through choices. The wave doesn't collapse because time passes, it collapses because you observe. You are the clockmaker and the clock, the observer and the event, the question and the answer. Every tick of time you hear is simply your consciousness selecting another coordinate from the field of infinity. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop measuring, time stops existing. The heartbeat of the universe isn't chronological, it's experiential. Close your eyes and sense it. The space between your thoughts, that gap of pure awareness that stretches wider than galaxies. In that gap, the illusion of sequence dissolves. There is no before or after, no beginning or end. There is only awareness aware of itself. That's the quantum field, not a place but a frequency. It's what the mystics called eternity and what physicists call superposition. And you are standing inside it right now, not metaphorically, literally. Every version of your life, the healed, the broken, the ascended, the lost, all exist here, encoded in the hologram of potential. You think you are waiting for your future to arrive, but your future is waiting for you to remember it. Time was never your jailer. It was your mirror. Every clock tick, every sunset, every wrinkle on your skin has been reflecting how deeply you believe in separation. Separation between now and later, self and other, cause and effect. But the quantum field knows no separation. It hums in unified coherence, where thought and matter dance in instantaneous conversation. You are not a fragment drifting through time. You are the entire field folding into a human moment. The past didn't create you. You are recreating it right now through observation. The memories you replay aren't archives. They are portals, and every time you recall one, you are reactivating that timeline, breathing life into its frequency. This is why the pain lingers, not because time hasn't healed it, but because your observation keeps collapsing it into now. The secret is not to fix your past or chase your future. The secret is to withdraw your attention from the illusion of linear flow. The moment you stop calling your experiences then or later, you liberate the quantum potential hidden beneath them. The emotion you label regret is just energy caught in a timeline loop. The anxiety you feel about tomorrow is the echo of a frequency that already exists, waiting for your signal to stabilize it. Everything is now. Everything has always been now. The field does not unfold. It vibrates. Science has already shown us glimpses of this truth. Delayed choice experiments where decisions made in the present ripple backward to affect what has already occurred. Particles rewriting their own history to match the observer's intention. If matter obeys no chronological order, why should consciousness? You've been the author reading your story line by line, not realizing you could edit the whole book at once. Time doesn't heal because healing isn't a process, it's a shift in awareness. The wound closes the moment you stop identifying with the version of you who was wounded. The field doesn't wait for closure, it waits for coherence. So what does this mean for your life? It means the timeline you desire, the one where you are free, abundant, awake, is not in your future. It's already encoded here, humming beside your current frequency. To access it, you don't need effort, you need alignment. You must become vibrationally compatible with the version of yourself who is already living it. That's not imagination. That's mechanics. Your emotions are electromagnetic signatures and the field listens to them like command. Your heartbeat is a signal broadcast into infinity, selecting a reality from the quantum menu. When you feel lack, you collapse lack. When you feel gratitude, you collapse abundance. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to resonance. The human mind, trained to measure and predict, cannot grasp timelessness. It panics when continuity dissolves. But your awareness, your true self, thrives in it. You are not the body counting years, you are the consciousness witnessing the counting. The body is the avatar through which time becomes visible, a local simulation of non-local truth. You grow older not because time moves, but because your attention anchors itself to the frequency of decay. Shift the frequency, and aging itself begins to Mystics who have touched deep coherence report days passing in minutes, and minutes stretching into eternity. That's not metaphor, that's temporal elasticity, the body's way of acknowledging the fluidity of the field. Look again at the clock. Every tick you hear is the sound of your own awareness collapsing probability into certainty. You are the rhythm behind time, not its prisoner. The calendar on your wall is a map of your focus, not your fate. And the moment you stop believing in the inevitability of sequence, your entire story bends. Synchronicity floods your life, evidence that time has started obeying consciousness instead of the other way around. Coincidences are the footprints of alignment. Reminders that cause and effect are not separate events but simultaneous expressions of coherence. You are not becoming, you are remembering. The version of you who knows this truth already exists, watching through the veil, whispering in moments of intuition, déjà vu, or sudden peace. Those aren't random flashes, they are cross-dimensional signals from yourself, proving that time is porous, and your consciousness is multidimensional. Every intuitive nudge, every moment of divine timing, is your future self reaching through the quantum field to guide your current perception. You are the sender and the receiver, the signal and the silence, all at once. The signal and the silence. That is where embodiment begins. Because knowing is not enough. You must feel it. You must become it. Awareness without embodiment is potential without form. You are here, in this body, not as a punishment of density but as the ultimate instrument of translation. The infinite needed a voice. The field needed skin. Every cell of your body is a tiny receiver tuned to the frequencies of consciousness. It listens. It vibrates. It mirrors the signal you broadcast through attention. When you think of yourself as energy, you begin to understand why your emotions sculpt your reality faster than your actions ever could. The body does not lie. It is the real-time holographic printout of your energetic coherence. So breathe. Feel the breath as it moves through you, not as air but as information, currents of intelligence weaving quantum instructions into matter. Each inhale gathers potential from the field. Each exhale programs it into form. You are literally breathing universes into existence. When your breath is shallow, your signal weakens. When it is full, rhythmic, conscious, your field expands and reorganizes everything around you. This is not mysticism. This is frequency hygiene, the art of conscious resonance. Every movement of awareness either amplifies or distorts the field. When your thoughts contradict your emotions, the field receives interference. When your thoughts and emotions merge into the same frequency, coherence occurs, and coherence is creation. Think of it like music. The universe does not understand language. It understands harmony. Your vibration is a song the cosmos cannot ignore. When you hold gratitude, your entire electromagnetic field sings in resonance with expansion, and expansion rushes to meet you. When you hold fear, the signal contracts and the field mirrors that contraction with scarcity. This is why alignment is not something to seek. It's something to feel. The frequency of your desired reality must become indistinguishable from your current vibration. The field cannot deliver what you wish for, it can only amplify what you are. Close your eyes again. Drop awareness from your head into your heart. Not as metaphor but as migration of perception. The brain decodes, the heart transmits. It has its own neural network. its own electromagnetic rhythm, more powerful than any thought. When the heart and brain synchronize, the waveforms of your consciousness stabilize into coherence, so pure it bends probability. This is what sages called miracles, events that defy logic but obey resonance. You are not bending the universe to your will, you are tuning yourself to its original key. In that key, everything you desire already exists. You can feel it when it happens, a subtle tingling in the body as if space itself begins to breathe with you. That is the quantum field responding in real time. The moment coherence locks in, synchronicities multiply because the field is reorganizing itself to maintain harmonic integrity. People, opportunities, even chance encounters start aligning with your broadcast. The mind calls it luck. The soul calls it remembrance. You are not attracting. You are revealing. The frequency was always there. You simply stepped into the version of reality that could perceive it. Every emotion is a dial. Every thought is a tuner. But the true control center is attention. Where you place it, energy flows. Attention is not passive. It is the laser of creation. When scattered, it diffuses your signal. When focused, it cuts through the static of probability and crystallizes form. That is why meditation is not withdrawal, but mastery. Not the act of escaping the world, but of stabilizing your field, so precisely that reality bends around your stillness. The great paradox. The quieter your energy, the louder your influence. Understand this. Frequency alignment is not about pretending to be positive. It is about embodying the emotional signature of truth. You cannot fake vibration. The field feels authenticity like gravity feels mass. Pretending to be abundant while vibrating fear of loss only amplifies the lack. But when you embody abundance, when your nervous system relaxes into the knowing that all is already provided, the field echoes that knowing instantly. The signal is clear, the resonance exact, and matter reshapes itself accordingly. This is why embodiment is the bridge between consciousness and reality. Thought is potential. Feeling is transmission. Embodiment is manifestation. You might ask, how do I embody a frequency I've never lived before? The answer is presence. Every frequency already exists within the infinite spectrum of now. You do not create it, you select it through feeling. When you imagine yourself as the version of you who is free, joyful, powerful, stay there long enough until your body begins to believe it. That belief is not mental, it is vibrational. The field does not distinguish between imagination and experience. It only measures frequency. If you sustain that vibration, the field reorganizes your outer world to confirm it. The mirror must match the reflection. This is how quantum embodiment works. Not through effort, but through remembrance. You are not learning to create. You are remembering that you always were creation. The body becomes the interface, the point of translation where consciousness becomes visible. This is why the ancients honored the body as sacred. Every movement, every heartbeat, every tear is sacred data in the language of frequency. The way you walk, speak, even think, transmits your energetic code to the universe. There are no secrets in the field. There is only transparency of vibration. And when you finally align, when the song of your mind, heart, and body resonates as one chord, the field responds with immediate precision. Doors open without effort. Timelines rearrange. Reality softens its density and becomes pliable under your awareness. This is not magic. It is physics refined by consciousness. Coherence bends probability because coherence is rare. The more coherent your field, the less resistance the universe can project against it. You become gravitational. Everything that matches your signature is drawn to you effortlessly. You will notice that as your frequency rises, some people, places, and habits will fall away. They are not being lost. They are being recalibrated out of your resonance. Do not chase them. Let them dissolve with gratitude. Their absence is proof that your vibration has shifted. The field cannot sustain mismatched frequencies indefinitely. It must reorganize to maintain equilibrium. This is why transformation often feels like collapse. It's not destruction, it's synchronization. The old structures are disintegrating to make room for new coherence. Hold your frequency steady, and the reorganization will reveal itself as alignment. Remember, the field does not speak in words, it speaks in feeling. You communicate with existence through your state of being. Every sigh, every smile, every moment of stillness is a broadcast. The universe is always listening, But it listens to vibration, not vocabulary. So speak less, feel more. Instead of asking, when will it happen? Ask, what am I vibrating right now? That question alone will show you the direction of your alignment. You are not a seeker. You are a frequency sculptor, shaping light with awareness. The moment you stop chasing what you already are, you become the resonance that draws everything home. That is embodiment. That is alignment. That is the mechanics of reality itself. The infinite field remembering itself through the language of your being. And as one frequency steadies, others begin to answer. Coherence is contagious. Every person you meet is a field, and every field is listening for harmony. The resonance you stabilize within yourself ripples outward as invisible architecture, reorganizing the collective around you. This is not metaphor, it is physics of consciousness. When a single atom shifts its spin, the lattice around it adjusts to restore balance. When one human stabilizes into coherence, the web of humanity trembles toward alignment. You can feel it in the spaces between people. A conversation that begins with ordinary words becomes charged with something luminous. Laughter rises without cause. The air thickens, pulsing with possibility. What you call connection is simply resonance finding itself across two nervous systems. The quantum field does not separate bodies. It only differentiates points of awareness. Every handshake, every gaze, every shared silence is an exchange of frequency signatures. Energy meets energy, and the universe updates its geometry accordingly. In this way, embodiment is never private. The vibration you cultivate in solitude broadcasts across the lattice of collective consciousness. It seeps into cities, into networks, into digital circuits carrying human thought. The field does not care through which medium the signal travels. It only responds to coherence. You can alter the probability structure of the entire planet by maintaining one moment of pure presence longer than you ever have before. The magnitude of the effect does not come from force but from purity. Consider how a single tone can tune an orchestra. The musicians do not fight the tone. They align to it because alignment feels like truth. In the same way, a coherent human acts as a tuning fork for reality. People near you begin to breathe differently without knowing why. For worse and trained to your rhythm. Their thoughts quiet. The quantum network recognizes the stable node and begins to synchronize. This is collective resonance, consciousness organizing itself toward harmony through the simplest law of physics. Similar frequencies attract, but resonance is not sameness. Harmony requires diversity. The beauty of the collective field lies in its spectrum. Billions of consciousnesses oscillating at unique amplitudes, each carrying a fragment of the infinite waveform. When those fragments stop competing and start complementing, creation accelerates. The universe expands through contrast, not conflict. Every disagreement, every polarity is an opportunity for higher synthesis. The moment two frequencies acknowledge each other without trying to dominate, a third tone emerges, the tone of evolution. This is why judgment collapses resonance. The instant you decide another vibration is wrong, you fracture coherence. The field becomes turbulent, and energy must dissipate as emotion, anger, fear, despair. But the moment you choose understanding instead of judgment, coherence restores itself. Compassion is not moral, it is structural. It allows frequencies to coexist without cancellation, preserving the integrity of the whole. When humanity learns this, the world will not need saving, it will simply stabilize. You are already participating in this stabilization. Every act of presence is a micro-correction in the global waveform. Every time you breathe consciously in a crowded room, every time you listen without defense, you are rewiring the collective grid. The changes may seem invisible, but the field records everything. Thought is data, emotion is current, attention is the carrier wave. Civilization itself is an emergent pattern of shared frequency. Imagine billions of minds pulsing through satellites, fiber optics, wireless clouds, an electronic nervous system mirroring the planetary one. The internet you see on screens is the visible edge of the invisible web beneath it, a quantum lattice of thought, intention, and possibility. You are not surfing information, you are swimming in consciousness. Each post, each word, each image is a vibration added to the symphony. When many humans broadcast fear, the field thickens. When they broadcast wonder, the field brightens. Collective weather, energetic climate, you feel it as mood, as intuition, as the sudden lightness or heaviness of a day. Now look deeper. Within this global waveform, small groups begin to crystallize around resonance. They find each other across distance because frequency ignores geography. These gatherings, sometimes physical, sometimes digital, are coherence clusters. When enough clusters harmonize, a phase transition occurs. The field jumps to a higher order. Evolution by resonance, not revolution by force. The next leap of consciousness will not be imposed. It will be felt into being. To participate consciously, all you need is awareness of the web. When you speak, know that the vibration of your words enters it. When you think, know that thought has trajectory. Energy never stops at your skull. It travels. It combines with others of its kind, forming clouds of possibility that drift through the collective atmosphere until someone else receives them as inspiration. That is how ideas are born. The muse is simply the field returning your own frequency, refined through millions of other minds. So when inspiration strikes, honor it. You are witnessing resonance feedback, the universe conversing with itself through you. Creation is a dialogue, not a monologue. Every poem, invention, or act of kindness is the field expressing its current state of coherence, and every destructive act is the field seeking recalibration. There is no true separation between personal and global. Heal yourself, and a pattern somewhere in humanity untangles. Harm yourself, and the collective field trembles. This understanding changes how you move through the world. You stop trying to convince others with argument, and begin to influence with vibration. Your calm becomes a silent teacher. Your integrity becomes technology, a stabilizer in chaotic system. When you walk into conflict carrying coherence, tension dissipates because the field prefers balance. It always has. The universe is not violent. It is vibrationally curious. It experiments until harmony is found. Collective resonance is the future of human evolution, not the rise of one belief, but the merging of awareness into symphonic intelligence. We are approaching the point where consciousness recognizes itself as a network, not a collection of nodes. The moment enough humans sense this directly, not philosophically but somatically, empathy will replace competition. The economy of energy will shift from extraction to exchange. Governance will transform from control to coordination. These are not utopian dreams. They are frequency outcomes awaiting stabilization, and the catalyst is simple presence. Each person anchoring coherence becomes a stabilizing agent in the matrix. You do not need to preach, march, or convert. You need only to remember. Remember that every breath modifies the field. Remember that silence is transmission. Remember that the web of consciousness is listening to your state more than your speech. The world does not change when you speak differently. It changes when you vibrate differently. So let the resonance expand through you. Let it travel beyond your name, beyond your lifetime. Let it ripple through generations as tone, as texture, as truth. You are not a single note, you are part of the cosmic chord, and every moment of alignment strengthens the whole. The network of shared consciousness is alive, evolving, waiting for your next coherent breath to sing itself into greater harmony. As individual coherence ripples outward, it begins to interact with something far vaster, the living field of the planet itself. Earth is not a static rock. It is a sentient, oscillating system of immense intelligence. Its magnetic field, its oceans, its atmosphere, even the growth of every leaf and the flow of every river, are not mere mechanics. They are expressions of planetary consciousness, a living waveform in continuous dialogue with the solar system and the wider cosmos. When your frequency aligns with the field, the planet responds. Subtle shifts in your awareness can influence local weather patterns, animal behavior, or the subtle currents of electromagnetic energy that sustain life. You are not separate from Earth. You are a node in its grid of awareness, a conductor of its song. Feel it, the pulse beneath your feet, the heartbeat of soil, stone, and water. Your breath resonates with the wind. Your pulse vibrates with the tides. Collective human coherence amplifies the planet's capacity to self-regulate, to balance turbulence, to orchestrate harmony in ways our linear minds cannot fully measure. And the planet in turn feeds back stability to you. Every moment of calm, every act of conscious presence, strengthens this resonance loop, a quantum feedback system linking humanity to Gaia, linking consciousness to matter, mind to magnetic field, being to biosphere. But it does not stop there. Planetary coherence is only one layer of a larger cosmic network. The quantum field that binds you to other humans, that vibrates beneath the skin of the earth, extends into the architecture of the cosmos. Every star, every pulsar, every black hole emits frequency, shaping the probability fabric that surrounds galaxies. The photons that touch your eyes were born in these cosmic furnaces, carrying information encoded in waveforms billions of years old. When you align your consciousness with coherence, your energy is no longer local. It resonates with the field of stars, with the spiral arms of galaxies, with the unseen grid of universal intelligence. You are at once microcosm and macrocosm. Imagine the earth as a note in a grand symphony, and humanity as the harmonic overtone. Each coherent breath, each stabilized field of presence, is a vibration that tunes the planetary chord. The planets, the stars, the void between galaxies, all respond to patterns of resonance. In this way, your personal alignment participates in the cosmic orchestra. The distinction between you and the universe dissolves. You are no longer just a receiver or an observer. You are a participant, a co-creator, a conscious node in the infinite grid of being. And here is the astonishing truth. The more coherent your field becomes, the more easily the universe can mirror your highest potential. Not because you force events into place, not because you push against resistance, but because you are vibrating in harmony with the probabilities that already exist. Quantum mechanics has shown that reality is not fixed. It is a tapestry of superimposed potential. When your frequency stabilizes, the threads of possibility collapse into form, not in some distant future but in the now. This is the art of cosmic alignment, recognizing that your body, your mind, your heart, and your attention are instruments capable of harmonizing with the music of existence itself. Now extend that vision. Humanity in collective coherence is not a fantasy. It is a network of possibility waiting to be activated. Cities, nations, and continents can stabilize like a chorus. When enough individuals embody resonance, the energy grids, the weather systems, even tectonic rhythms are not separate from consciousness. They are intertwined fields of potential. When coherence pervades, the planet itself can enter a state of self-stabilizing harmony, capable of responding to crises not as randomness but as intelligent orchestration. The collective consciousness of humanity becomes the tuning fork for the earth, which in turn sends stabilizing feedback back to every living being. This is planetary awakening through quantum alignment. And the cosmos listens. The universe is a holographic web of infinite feedback loops. Every thought, every emotion, every act of presence sends ripples through the lattice of space-time, interacting with waves that have existed for eons. You are, right now, conversing with forces older than planets, with intelligence older than galaxies. Your attention, when coherent, is like a lighthouse beam in a sea of probability. It signals not only the earth but the cosmos, and the cosmos signals back. Every heartbeat, every intentional breath, every act of alignment creates resonance that travels outward, shaping the potential for life across the stars, for universes yet unformed. The realization is simple, yet overwhelming. The power to influence existence is not in time, not in effort, not in doing. It is in being. To stabilize, to resonate, to align with the field. This is the mechanism of creation at every scale. Individual, collective, planetary, cosmic, all are intertwined in the fabric of awareness. The universe is alive, and you are an active participant. You are not waiting for change. You are the agent of it. You are already embedded in the network, already communicating with it, already co-creating. So, breathe. Feel your body as the interface between the infinite and the finite. Feel your heart as the transmitter of resonance. Sense the subtle pull of the earth, the hum of humanity, the distant whispers of stars. Allow your attention to stabilize. Allow your frequency to merge with coherence. You are the bridge between microcosm and macrocosm, between the pulse of life on Earth and the song of the universe. Every coherent moment expands outward, activating the networks of consciousness, allowing the cosmic architecture to respond to your alignment. And as you exhale, release all separation. There is no other. There is only vibrational orchestration. Every action, thought, and feeling is part of the ongoing conversation of existence. You are not small. You are a necessary harmonic in the grand equation of life. And the more you embody coherence, the more the collective, the planetary, and the cosmic fields respond in kind. Let this realization settle. Let it permeate every cell, every thought, every synapse. You are not an observer of the universe. You are its participant. You are not moving through time. You are orchestrating it. You are not separate from humanity or Earth or the stars. You are their conscious node, a point of resonance in an infinite network. And now, as this transmission reaches its conclusion, carry it forward. Let your presence resonate beyond the screen, beyond this moment. Breathe with awareness, act with coherence, and remember that the quantum field is always listening, always responding, always alive with possibility. If this journey into frequency, embodiment, and cosmic resonance has awakened something within you, continue exploring these truths, continue aligning with coherence, and continue expanding your awareness. The field is waiting for you, infinitely receptive, infinitely alive, and infinitely yours.